Greetings, fellow travelers. Welcome on in. This is the 197th level of the RPG Cave. I am one of your hosts, the level 199 human Dark Lord, Ryan Turford, returning from a fortnight. And of course, I am joined, as always, by the level 199 Elf Battle Alchemist, Dr. Garret Blend. How's it going, Garret?
I mean, it's a typical Saturday morning, isn't
it? Nothing possibly went wrong this morning.
Possibly went wrong.
And we're not, of course, recording half an hour late. Of course, that would never happen.
That would never happen. We're the most on time podcast to ever exist.
I actually, you know what? I think us saying that all the time finally caused us to break the streak, Garret.
Yeah, it broke the streak for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So let's just get into things, Garret. First of all, I just want to say thank you for last week. Both you and Kuya did an amazing job, and you did a great job in the hosting chair. So I wanted to say thank you on behalf of myself and, of course, the listeners. I didn't listen to the whole episode because I didn't want Expedition 33 spoilers, Garret. But
yeah, we really get into spoilers too. It was it's a lot of stuff in that game, and once you get through the game, Ryan, I hope you go back and listen to that specific part.
Yeah.
Did you edit the episode? I'm sorry, I can't.
Yeah,
recall.
I did.
Okay. I want to thank you for editing and posting the episode last week, even though you're gone. And I want to thank Fulia because she actually was in charge of like doing the studio and doing the live, because I was just it was just really close to the live stream or whatever, and I couldn't really get it on time. So thank you, Fulia, for her time and getting into the RPG Cave. She's been getting into RPGs a lot more, so it was pretty nice. Good conversation.
No, exactly. I think it was definitely nice to hear her on the podcast with you, especially because again, she brought like kind of a different element of the RPGs than we usually bring. So. Also, if you're watching the video side of things, sorry the show looks a little bit different this week. We had to make sure, of course, that the show functioned correctly this week. So things look a little bit different this week.
We got back to white circles here floating in the background.
Yeah, this is not our new look. It will look normal next week, I swear, when we get back to the RPG Cave. But without further ado, Garret, let's quickly run through housekeeping so we can get to the show proper. So
let's go through it.
First of all, of course, it is September, aka September, over on Twitch. Of course, we stream all the time over at twitch.tv/carpoolgaming live if you are not aware of it. And during the month of September, all Twitch subs and Twitch gifted subs are on a discount. So it's 25% off 1 month sub, 25% off 3 month subs, and 30% off 6 month sub. And of course, it's live right now. And of course, it lasts until October 1st at 10 a.m. And of course, this is a huge deal for us because all of the money that, of course, we take in thanks to your incredible subscriptions to us over on Twitch helps propel our Extra Life efforts. So it helps pay for hotel rooms for the crew. It helps book the conference room. It helps provide all the equipment that we use during Extra Life. So all of that stuff really helps us be better. So huge thank you to everyone who goes and does that. Not only do you get a discount, but you also get a September 2025 badge on your Twitch account. And if you start getting a hype train going, then it's 35% off gift sub bundles as well. So you can get an even further discount. So please be excited. And a huge thank you again to everyone who's already subbed over on Twitch or who has actually gone ahead and been the super kind individuals who have actually, gifted subs as well. I even made sure to pull up Twitch to make sure that we don't have any subs waiting for us over there, Garret. Also, got to say a huge shout out to Captain Noodle, who joined as a free member on the old Patreon. Of course, you can join the Patreon for free. We have a bunch of paid tiers, but we do also have a free tier as well. That's your reminder of that. Speaking of Patreon, of course, we have the Pants Patreon podcast for Patrons podcast. Mitch, of course, his Pants episode was the Pants episode this week. The Locklith is the Pants episode coming up this week. So make sure if you've got questions for the Locklith to make sure to put them up over there. And then I'm just double checking the schedule here, but it looks like the Wise Sage, Seth, his question post is going up on Monday. So if you've got questions for Seth about Hollow Knight or anything else, you can go ahead and ask them over on.
I have many questions for Seth, so I make
Many?
sure. Yeah, many. So I'll ask him.
Nice. Of course, we've also got the Book Crafters, which is brand new. This is being spearheaded by community members Gizmodo and Star alongside Fee from the Xbox Drive. It's a monthly book club where each month we can meet up and talk about books and crafts related to the chosen theme every month. Of course, not everyone has to read the same book because it's not a typical book club, or even do the same craft. You just choose a book or craft project within the theme that they have and come hang out. Of course, this month's theme is all about fall, autumn, harvest, back to school, all that junk. The meetup, of course, is happening on Saturday, September 27th at 4 p.m. Pacific time or 7 p.m. Eastern time in the old Discord, the Carpool Gaming Discord, which, of course, is free to join if you're not a member of it. The link for that is found in the description of this podcast. And last but not least, Garrett, one of our podcasts celebrated a major milestone. Xbox Drive 400 happened. If you, of course, go over to carpoolgaming.com, we've got a limited edition tee to celebrate it. And, of course, the logo is done by Fiend. It looks really cool. So make sure to go check that out.
This is an Xbox Drive. It's a great shirt.
This is an Xbox Drive 400. It's very exciting. So make sure you go over there, check that out. But without further ado, Garrett, let's just hop into your things, man. Let's get this out of the way.
Let's just get the things out of the way. All right, so I got a few random things that just popped up in my head, Ryan. I don't know. Okay, what do you feel about earbuds? Like, do you like them? Do you hate them?
I don't use earbuds at all, especially modern earbuds. I used to be able to deal with it back in the day when you had like your standard older iPhone style earbuds where they would just sit in your ear but not be jammed into your ears with the pointy ends.
The pointy ends, yeah.
Yeah. But ever since all the earbud styles have kind of moved over to that, I don't use earbuds at all. I use over ear headphones. That's always what I've preferred.
Yeah, I think I more and more prefer that too, but it's very convenient, earbuds, on the commute, just to pop them on. I recently am using Apple earpods with my Android phone. I know that's unconventional. First
of all, how dare you?
I know, it's just, what am I doing? But I've realized my right ear is filling the canal or whatever. It's smaller than my left ear. And so whenever I work out or something like that, I'm totally fine with my left ear. It's my right. I don't know if it's my ear placement or it's actually my posture or something.
No, but that's the thing. That's part of the reason why I also don't like those inner ear ones because not all ears are built exactly the same, Garrett. You've got different sizes and the canals are sometimes different. So it's sometimes they just fall out unless you use a smaller bit, but then you might still fall out anyways because it's too small.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's just been kind of interesting. New. It's not a new discovery. I think I've always known that. And actually, with other earbuds, I've had my right ear it just pops off. It's just too small.
That sounds very annoying.
It's very annoying. So literally, when I exercise, when I run, I only put my left earbud on. So I look like a weirdo just with one earbud running in the treadmill. Well, it's pretty interesting.
Garrett, when I'm on the treadmill, I use these headphones. These are my Sony, PlayStation headphones, and I have this giant cord dangling down to my phone. That's how I go on the treadmill. Yeah.
I'm wondering how the gamer earbuds are. The Razer.
The gamer earbuds. They just
Xbox
sound so
ones.
extreme.
I know, but those are a thing, right? Those products.
Yep.
So, I do like earbuds just because of how small it is and convenient. But yeah, I need customized earbuds. So,
yeah.
People out there have a website. And it's hey, here's some custom earbuds with high premium. I might be interested.
Yeah.
I kind of might be interested in that.
I was gonna say you almost need them sized specifically for your ears. That needs to be more of a thing in earbuds if you're gonna go down that road.
You go to a place and you're fitting a mold literally
exactly
inside your ear. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. Yeah. That sounds like so much work.
Yeah. Anyways, thing number 2 weird thing last week. We have no internet at the office.
Oh,
And they're trying to restore it. So everyone's like working from home, which is actually pretty nice. I'm just like, okay, I don't need a commute. I don't need to take 3 hours of my life
yeah.
out of the day to play Bravely Default intermittently and go over to the office.
Think about just how much more efficient you are that way, Garrett.
That's true. And how much lazier I can get. It's amazing. Like,
Well, I don't know about that. Like, like the entire time you're at the office, you're working the entire 8 hours, Garrett, or do you have moments of downtime at your job?
I have moments of downtime for sure.
But then, if that's the case, then those moments of downtime, you might feel lazy at home, spending those moments of downtime, being lazy at home. But you're kind of just being just as lazy during those moments of downtime, probably at the office. Like, I know when I'm at the office, I'm that way. At first when I started working from home more often, I had kind of the same mindset. But then as I worked at home more, I'm like, oh, I'm just feeling that downtime that I would have at the office where I would just literally be sitting there with literal like other things I can do in my house to kind of, fill that time essentially.
Yeah, I get you. It's just I don't have a couch at the office. I have a couch here, so it's nice when it's like, oh, it's like 3 p.m. My eyes are a little tired. I'll just sleep on the couch for a little bit,
But what if something important happens at work while you're sleeping?
My phone's next to me. It'll be fine.
Fair enough.
But yeah, hopefully, probably will go back next week, but it's been real interesting having no internet. Thing number 3. Are you getting ready for fall things, Ryan? We're getting into September, getting to pumpkin, I love I don't know why. I just picture a pumpkin and I'm thinking pumpkin flavors like pumpkin spice ginger snaps, pumpkin spice lattes, the pumpkin pies. I'm getting into that mindset, and it's just like fall. It's like we're getting into it.
That's how you usually know that it's fall season here in Canada, Garrett. I don't know if you knew this, but
good old Canadian.
We've had they started pumpkin spice season at Starbucks at the beginning of July here.
That's sick.
Yeah. It's fall season. It's pumpkin spice season. And I'm looking at my clock. It's like, it's Canada Day. Well, it's July 1st. Why is it the thing? Why is fall starting so early this year? And obviously, they have marketing to indicate that people kind of just want pumpkin spice. Not all year, but they also want it to happen earlier. But that's always the indicator to me that fall is coming, Garrett, is when you start seeing pumpkin spice stuff everywhere. But dude, I went to the mall this week. And I got to tell you, Christmas stuff was already out. Christmas decorations, Christmas music was already in the mall. And I'm like, it's September.
That's sick. I understand the Michaels, the Costco getting into a little bit more Christmas stuff, like a little tiny section or whatever. But the mall doesn't need to be Christmas right now.
No, it doesn't. That's why it's weird. Canada's a weird place, Garrett. I don't know if you've been picking up on this, but it's weird here. Okay, I can't help it. But yeah, I'm not really to answer your question though. I'm not really someone who is all about the fall stuff or even seasonal products, like seasonal food products. So I'm not really a pumpkin spice person, anyways. But I can see the appeal. Where even though it's not for me, I can see why people like it.
I think it's like a nostalgic thing. Yeah. To be honest with you, because I just imagine the fall. I'm like, okay, you're getting into school, football's starting up. In Texas, fall is a very important season, I think. Yeah. Well,
it kind of is here too, or at least it used to be. Because the same things would apply here. Like you'd be going back to school, football would start, or hockey starts. It was kind of the main thing here. So there are lots of, nostalgic fall things that happen. But I'm always looking forward to Halloween, Garrett, because that's one of my favorite holidays season. because it gives me an excuse to watch so many scary movies in the month of October, Garrett. So, I mean, to be fair, that's just me all the time anyways, but, that's what I get excited about. But yeah, it's so weird with pumpkin spice stuff here in Canada.
Yes, July is crazy. In California, we get these crazy frozen off-colored drinks, summer drinks, refreshing drinks or whatever. And it's like, oh, it's summertime. Cool off with this weird fruit that you never heard of. Yeah. Frozen drink latte. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'll take my ice shaken espresso. But like now I can get a pumpkin shaken ice.
You could
espresso, and it's I don't know. I just the flavor is very nostalgic to me.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm done with my.
I
things.
will also mention, since we were talking about food, Garrett, real quick, that Ninja device that Fulia was talking about last week, the ice cream maker.
Ice cream maker. Yeah.
I saw a commercial for that while I was watching some stuff on a fast channel, and dude, that thing looks so cool. Like, I'm actually kind of jealous of Fulia for having one of those, because that's the thing. I've talked about it before. I don't eat sweet stuff. Like, I don't eat like ice cream typically, but at the same time, if I made like ice cream myself that was like healthier, that wasn't like really full of sugar, the Ninja Scroll. Thank you for bringing it up, Fulia. If it was like fruit sherbet, like made just purely out of fruit, as an example, like that's something I would eat. So I'm looking at that. I'm like, that looks pretty cool. That looks pretty cool. Nice. So I'm very, very jealous, because that's the type of thing that would never fit in my apartment because it's way too big. But I just love that I thought it was like, that looks pretty cool. So
nice. Speaking of ice cream, we recently went to an ice cream place here locally, and has all these very nice, like like unconventional exotic flavors. We had like jasmine green tea, and like it's top notch. It's not that sugary, typical green tea you get from the grocery store, bottled or whatever. It's like legit loose leaf, like unsweetened jasmine green tea ice cream, and it's so good. Anyways, I'm done.
Nice. Cool. Well, Garrett, it is now time for us finally to read from the sacred texts, because it's that time of year, Garrett. It's September, and all the big games are coming out right now. God, like even just this week alone, there were so many new games just this week, let alone everything else. So I thought it's about time for us to do our annual, though it's becoming an annual tradition for us, our annual fall 2025 gaming romance, where Garrett and I will talk about the video games, not just RPGs, but the video games we plan to spend the rest of 2025 with. Because, Garrett, it's September already. Like, there's not many months of 2025 left. Like, it's going to be Christmas in 3 months. So
you can't do this to me, Ryan. Don't say heinous things like that, please.
But it's true. It's true. I mean, New Year's Eve is less than 4 months away.
Oh,
exactly.
I don't want to think about it.
So this is the perfect time for us to kind of, figure out, look at the calendars, look at the games that we have left, that we want to play left this year, Garrett, and kind of figure out, well, how are we going to fit them into the schedule, but also like what games that we have that we wanted to play this year that are kind of getting the bump to next year, because there are definitely lots of those. Now you'll see on our notes, Garrett, I wrote down all the remaining RPG for the rest of the year as well. Kind of to give us like an outline of just role-playing games, but obviously there are more than just role-playing games out there as well. So, first thing I'll mention, I'll talk about this a little bit here. Right now, I'm currently on the list right now of things I'm playing is only one game. It's Hollow Knight Silksong. Just came out.
Oh, okay. You're getting into it. Okay.
Well, I don't know how much I'm going to stick with this game, Garrett, because as both Seth and I have discovered, this game is very hard.
It's very hard. I hear it's very hard.
Yeah. And I don't know if I'm actually going to stick with this one, but it's the game I'm playing right now. That's what I've decided.
Okay.
Whereas I wanted to establish at least the baseline of like, well, what we're playing now. So Garrett, what are you playing now? Like, what are the games that are currently in your front log of things you're playing?
I'm still playing Cyberpunk.
Of course.
I'm 35 hours in. So
Goddamn.
Still, yeah. Oh, I don't know what your time was, but I'm getting into everything.
Yeah. It took me about 40 hours to finish, Phantom Liberty and the base story. I didn't do all of the gigs, but I did like enough to feel like I did like enough, all that I wanted to do.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm getting really close to the late game. I got to a point in the main story is like, oh, you better complete all your other stuff.
Oh, the point of no return? Yeah, because
yeah.
once you complete that mission, the game's over.
Okay, like
Like you're at the last mission, essentially.
I hit that point like at the 25-hour mark or something.
Yeah, like the main campaign itself is not very long.
Mhm.
It's all the other stuff that takes a while.
And I have some Phantom Liberty stuff I'm still going through. I actually wasn't sure exactly when that started.
Yeah.
Unless
It starts basically when you get to the final mission, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, because there's this it tells you the quest. Oh, this is Phantom Liberty, but it's like so well blended in. Like I wasn't really sure like what was leading up to it. But anyways, I'm having a fantastic time with Cyberpunk, by the way. We'll talk more later. I'm still playing Bravely Default on my 3DS. I'm not letting it go, Ryan. I am holding for dear life. Like just
Did you at least get past the shrine and get to the part that everyone talks about?
No, I haven't. And it's because I'm trying to get the vampire asterisk.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And so that takes a long time with the I don't know if you went through the dragons. Yeah, the dragons are brutal if you don't know what you have to get a certain strategy going. So I'm going through them. I have like 2 more dragons left.
Yeah.
So yeah, still working on that. And then I'm playing Diablo 4 as my like daily game pass.
Just like your fill-in game, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. They kind of like how like I would fit something like Final Fantasy 14 in there. Or I will mention this. I kind of want to do that with World of Warcraft at some point where the new expansion is coming out next year. So I want to like do some setup for that and kind of do like some of the like the end game stuff from the last expansion that I didn't get to do. So
yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
So we've established the baseline. That's where we're starting from, Garret. This is where we're coming into the fall with. So do you actually? Haven't thought about this through, Garret. Do we want to do like have me do all mine at once, or do you want to go back and forth? How do you want to do this?
We can like go like maybe back and forth. I'm curious, Ryan. Is there like any games that like you immediately want to play next? That's not upcoming. That's like in your front log. Basically.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, talking about games that are in the backlog, but I want to play. Obviously, there's one that sticks out like a sore thumb to people. It's Clear Obscure Expedition 33. Garret, I want to play it at some point.
Good.
At some point. I don't know when that's happening. I think I can carve out some time in September to finish that game, to play that game and finish it. So
sounds good.
That's kind of my plan. I think it really just depends on how much Hollow Knight's actually going to stick with me as to whether or not I get to that. Because of course next week, Bubsy in the Perfect Collection, Garret.
Oh my gosh.
Going to steal me away from everything. Just the ability to play Bubsy 3D on a modern platform. I don't need anything else, Garret.
Ryan, out of all the games that you were going to mention, I did not. I mean, I should have predicted it, but Bubsy 40.
Yeah. By the way, just gonna do a quick plug here for the Twitch channel. Tuesday morning, Bubsy in the Perfect Collections live stream with me on the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/carpoolgamelive. Please be excited.
You can unbox it.
No, it's digital only.
Oh, you're gonna be playing it. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it.
Cool.
Yeah, on the Twitch channel. So that's one way to celebrate September is to come watch me play Bubsy. Although actually I'm also streaming tomorrow, I think at 11 a.m. If I'm awake, that is. Doing a thing about my movie collection at home, Garret. So there you go.
Sounds good. Nice.
But yeah, like so that Expedition 33 is definitely the top one. As we'll get through this though, Garret, I think almost everything else from this year that has come out that I haven't played probably goes on the back burner till next year. That includes Indiana Jones, which I really wanted to play this year, but I don't think I'm going to get a chance to. That includes Doom the Dark Ages, which is probably going to wait till next year. And I think that includes Assassin's Creed Shadows, which I was all excited about coming into this year. But I already know that that's like a 40 to 50 hour game. And
easily.
I don't know where that's going to fit in the puzzle that I've got for the rest of the year. Maybe I could squeeze it in December, but for now, as we'll go through it. We'll talk it out together. But for now, those are kind of the games that, that I had on my backlog coming into the fall, that are maybe staying there. But Expedition 33 for sure is the one that I want to make sure I get to. The rest of them we'll see.
Okay.
What about you?
Yeah, I got a list of games here, Ryan. Immediately when I thought I want to wrap up is actually Mario and Luigi Brothership.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm like a good ways into that game. So probably another 10 hours or something like that, I would wrap up that game. So, yeah. It's a fun game. It really is. It's just, when I got done with my travels, I was just like, okay, let me take a break from the Switch a little bit, play some other stuff. So that's what comes to mind. There are other games I got on my birthday, actually, some Nintendo games. I think I can wrap this one up pretty quickly. Super Mario Wonder.
Yeah, it's not a very long game. It depends if you're going for the 100%, Garrett, like getting all the extra coins and stuff, because that takes a while. But the main game itself is not too long.
Yeah, I want to get through the main game at least. I hear it's fun, so I'm like, and I really liked Mario 3D. Is it World?
Yeah, Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury for the Nintendo Switch console.
Yes, that's what I played. Really, really fun. Well, Ryan, I have this game. I don't know when I'm gonna play it. Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Oh my God, Garrett, that game is really long. Like, I don't know when you're gonna play that either.
I would be done for the rest of the fall.
You might have to wait till next year for that one, Garrett.
Oh man,
unless it becomes your commute game somehow, like you bring your Switch with you every day.
I really wish I had a Switch Lite for that one. Yeah, because it'd be nice. Compact, put in my pocket.
Well, actually, no. Hold on. I think it requires an internet connection to play that game.
No, it doesn't.
I thought it did for some reason, but maybe I'm wrong.
For multiplayer, it does.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. You can. I don't think it does for the single player stuff.
I just remember the Wii U version required a consistent internet connection to play that. So I thought the Switch version was the same way, but maybe it's not.
Okay, and I'll let you know when I get into it.
Yeah,
if it requires it.
You also, Garrett, unbeknownst to you, have the next game on Garrett's backlog adventure when you finish Cyberpunk.
That's true. Yeah, that's very true. Let's see what that is.
I already know what it is. I cannot wait for you to play the game I have in mind for you. But that one I promise will be shorter than Cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm. And of course, the other two RPGs, maybe I'll play before Xenoblade Chronicles X. Dragon Quest III HD 2D.
Nice.
I want to play that. I want to get through that. And then Unicorn Overlord.
Oh, good pick. Good pick. So
those are the games that are in my mind.
Okay. Interesting. I wonder, that's the thing. That's a long list of games, Garrett. I don't know if you get to all those, but
yeah,
they're there.
I don't think I will either. But as we go through the list of like the fall, you're gonna realize I'm not gonna be so excited for the fall lineup.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I guess that's true because you're probably not playing everything like I am, like a lot of the fall stuff. Because like this fall for a lot of games is like very Ryan Turford coded. There's a lot of games that I'm personally excited about that I know like are not necessarily for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we can get into it.
Yeah, nice. Fulia, I shall mention that Unicorn Overload are still in her backlog too. Yeah, because I remember that she was really excited after playing the demo because I would recommended that she play the demo, and then she ended up not playing the full game when it came out. So.
I feel like I need to restart it at this point. I played the demo. Yeah, and I'm like, nah, I just got to restart it.
I also never finished that game, Garrett. I told you before I got two missions away from the end of the game, but I ended up putting it down, and now I don't know how to play that game anymore. So I would need to basically start over too if I went back to it. Yeah. But all right, so let's talk about September, aka September. Let's kind of break down our individual Septembers and kind of compare and contrast. So I'll start, as I mentioned, of course, playing Hollow Knight now. I really just needed something to kind of fill the time until next week because Garrett, I've got two games I'm gonna go kind of all out in on next week. One, of course, is Bubsy, the collection of Bubsy games. Because, of course. No, but I seriously, when I saw that they added a version of Bubsy 3D where you had like full analog control of the camera, like I'm like, all right, I'm gonna play through that whole game next week.
It looks not bad. I'll give you that. Like watching the trailer, watching the gameplay is like, okay, this doesn't look bad. So
Yeah. Well,
we'll see
I
how it
mean,
goes.
the feel of Bubsy has always been the worst thing about it. So, we'll like that. Just the act of actually playing the game itself is usually always the thing that hinders you the most. But Garrett, what might surprise you? The game I'm most excited to dive into next week, and one that I kind of want to go all in on for September, Borderlands 4.
Interesting.
Yeah, especially after because we've talked about Borderlands as a series on the show before, where I was never really into Borderlands 1, 2, and 3. Like I liked them, but I didn't really play them with other people. I always played them by myself, and I just wasn't really as into them. But then when Tiny Tina came out, like I played that game also by myself, but then also some co-op with other people, and I had a blast playing Tiny Tina. Like I loved that game. I had so much fun playing it.
Yeah.
So that gives me the pause to maybe think that, okay, Borderlands 4, if I kind of make that my primary game going forward, because I was always kind of, with the other Borderlands games, I was always playing them while playing other things. Whereas if I make Borderlands 4 like my sole focus for at least a week or two, I think I can really get into it. And so I'm actually really excited to play Borderlands 4. And obviously, if this sticks with me, I'll then want to revisit the previous games and kind of go back and knock those off the backlog. But I'm pretty excited about Borderlands 4. Actually, like I'm really excited to play it next week, and I kind of want to just fall into it even for just a week or two to just have that be kind of my game. So I'm very excited about that. So that's kind of my thing next week. And that kind of, with that plan kind of takes me to the end of the month, Garrett, because, while Trails in the Sky, first chapter, as an example, is coming out on the 19th, that game definitely going to next year, I think. Waiting for a sale, grabbing it next year, playing it then, to give it a real chance, to give it an honest chance. But the other game is not a role-playing game, but is going to take up the rest of my time this September, Silent Hill F, coming out on the 25th. I love Silent Hill. It's one of my favorite video game series. And this new one looks really awesome. And especially after the preview coverage, all came back super positive. Silent Hill 2, the remake, was incredible. So I have to think that this one's going to be really good. So that one is definitely like kind of at the top of my list for the rest of the month. And the kind of my shifting gears, you'll understand that reference in a second, Garrett, to kind of my off game that I play kind of when I need a palate cleanser or just need to play something different. Sonic Racing Crossworlds also comes out the same day, Silent Hill F. And I'm going to be day one on this one too. Because I really liked the beta for the two betas they've done for Sonic Racing Crossworlds, and I'm definitely going to play the full game when it comes out. Because I honestly, from what I've played, I liked it a lot more than Mario Kart, honestly.
Interesting.
And plus, it feels like
betas for this.
They had one a couple months ago that was like an invite only one, and then which I played and really liked. And then at the end of August, they did kind of like a free open beta that anyone could play. So it was just like last weekend while I was away. I didn't get a chance to play it, while I was at my mom's, but it was out on the Friday, the day before I left. So I played it like the whole day and really, really enjoyed it. And it's kind of like and what appeals to me about this, one, I love Sonic, but also it's kind of like a Smash Brothers of, Sonic and Sega properties. So you've already got Joker confirmed, but from what we saw from the beta, Garrett, there's like 100 characters in the character select screen, and we don't know what any of them are yet. And I can't wait to see what kind of, crazy Sega characters we'll have in there. But also they've got a bunch of DLC characters, like Pac-Man and Minecraft, Steve and the Ninja Turtles and all kinds of other stuff in there. But also just the racing just felt like super fun to play. Like it plays, Sonic Racing, other Sonic Racing games where you transform into a plane or a boat or just drive along the road, and it's a lot of fun. So that's going to be kind of my pick up and play kind of game while I'm doing other stuff.
Cool.
So that's September for me, Garrett. Those are the games that I'm going to play.
You have a busy month ahead, good sir. Especially non-RPGs. You got a lot of different things going on.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing that's why like I've saved kind of some room here for Expedition 33. If I'm not super into Hollow Knight, or even if I'm like play Borderlands 4, but like it doesn't like pull me in for those 2 weeks before Silent Hill comes out. Like I think there's definitely a window for Expedition 33 to sneak into this month as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds good. All right, so let me get through, my September. So really just wrapping up Cyberpunk. That's like kind of my number one goal here. I'm actually pretty curious not to like beat the game, but at least like get into the mood of the Outer Worlds. And I want to see how much I would enjoy like getting into it a bit more. So even though I have a whole front log of other stuff I want to get through, I want to get in the mood of the Outer Worlds too, because it's right around the corner, right?
It's like the end of October. We'll talk about it.
Yeah. So, and I didn't play the DLC for Outer Worlds 1, so let me see if I have it on Steam Deck, I have it on my PC. Let me see if, I can get something going on, see if I enjoy a little bit, but it's not going to be like, oh, I need to finish this other game.
Well, likewise, you probably don't want to do that either, because otherwise you'll get sick of Outer Worlds, and when the sequel comes out, you'll pick it up for 5 minutes and be like, oh, well, I'm kind of already done with this world. Yeah. You just finished the last one, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So, Borderlands 4. Yeah, I've been kind of tug and pull here. I want to play it, but like I think my experience with Borderlands 3 is like I played it like the first week, and then I just put it down for like 7-8 months. I didn't really play it. And then I picked it back up and played through it. So and then their ultimate edition's like $130 or something like that.
It's almost $200 in Canada, Garrett.
It's insanity. So I actually would just like to wait. In Borderlands series, they go on sale pretty fast, pretty frequently. I want to get to the point where the ultimate deluxe edition or whatever is at like $90 or $80 or something like that. I think that's much more, and I want everything in one package, because with Borderlands 3, I just finished the game and I didn't really do the DLC, and now I feel like I just missed out on the DLC. So if I can get pretty much everything all in one package, and then including the DLC, including like an extra character, I want to wait and see how the reviews are too. Yeah. Because I haven't, like, it's been diminishing returns for me with Borderlands series, so I want to see how this one goes.
That's a good way to do it, and especially with after what happened with Borderlands 3 specifically, they had the Ultimate Edition when the game came out that included everything, but then they did a second set of DLC afterwards, after that, like a second season pass on top of that, which wasn't included in that initial version. And then there was a new updated Ultimate Edition at the same price that included that. So if you would have waited, you would have just gotten everything for the same price. So
pretty much.
So that's the worry about kind of getting the Ultimate Edition this time around. I just got the standard edition for Borderlands 4.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll just wait and see for Borderlands 4. Trails in the Sky first chapter. I'm on the same boat as you. Wait for sale, probably next year. Yeah. I'm still playing the demo, just a little bit left and right. It's just on the Steam Deck, because it's easy to pick up and play while I'm like watching TV or whatever. Really fun game. But yeah, this is a wait and see for me.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize until you posted this, Atelier Rizalariana was coming out.
The Red Alchemist and the White Guardian. Yeah, that's coming out like this September.
Yeah. And that's the mobile game that or is it a spinoff? I think it's a spinoff.
It's a spinoff. Yeah.
Okay. Curious how that one goes. I don't know. I think I'm okay. And then Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ableist Chronicles. I'm interested, but like it's definitely not going to be a day one purchase for me.
Yeah.
For this month as well. So
this is also a spoiler, but Garrett, this one for me is also probably waiting till next year.
Got it.
Like as much as I like Final Fantasy Tactics, there's just way too much for you to play this fall, and I've already played Final Fantasy Tactics, so I don't know if I need to play this one right away. Like this one also is kind of like a wait for sale one for me personally.
So as you can see, for the month of September, I'm like open free game for finishing Cyberpunk
Yeah.
and taking on your next backlog adventure
Oh,
game.
dude, I can't wait. I can't freaking wait for it.
Yeah, well, see how it goes. So there you go. That's my September.
Nice. Well, let's move on into October then. October is a packed month for me, Garrett. So starting off, if I can fit it in here, it depends on how long Silent Hill is, but I think I can fit this in here. Ghost of Yotei, starting off in October.
That's true.
You know, I love Ghost of Tsushima. I can't wait to play this one. The kind of the sequel to it. Starting off the month pretty strong for me. And not only that too, but a lot of like the first couple weeks of October are kind of open for me. So again, this kind of like fits in what I talked about before. We're in this kind of window after Borderlands 4. I'm basically fitting in Silent Hill F. I want to fit in Expedition 33 and then Ghost of Yotei. And whatever order works out best to play them in, that's kind of the order that they'll kind of be played in to kind of, get me through kind of to mid-October essentially. Because essentially the next game that I've got that's brand new that I'm looking forward to playing is Pokemon Legends ZA. Coming out on October the 16th. Especially after how much I loved like going back to Scarlet and Violet. Like I'm pretty excited to play this one.
Nice.
So I think I'm gonna play it day one, Garrett. I think I'm gonna play ZA day one. But then Garrett, the what could possibly be the GOAT of Ryan's year this year comes out a week later. It's Ninja Gaiden 4.
Oh yeah, that's gonna take over your life. Oh my gosh.
That is going to be the game that I literally drop everything for. So anything that's not any of the 4 games that I just listed, if they're not done by the time Ninja Gaiden 4 comes out, they're getting put down. They're too bad. They're getting put down because Ninja Gaiden 4 is going to just take over my life. However, the nice thing about Ninja Gaiden 4 that I know, Garrett, is that it will not be a long game because the Ninja Gaiden games are never long. So like that's a game that I'll probably be able to finish in like a week because it'll be like a 10-hour game or something like that.
Ninja Gaiden 4 looks super dope, by the way.
Yeah.
It's like even got me like pretty hyped for it, and it's on Game Pass. Like I really want to try Ninja Gaiden Black too.
You should.
Because I'm not really into character action games. Like I like some of them, but dang, 4 looks super cool.
Yeah, like dude, I think that a lot of people I think are sleeping on that game when they're talking about potential game of the year picks or games that could be like some of the highest games on OpenCritic this year. But Ninja Gaiden 4 has the potential, especially after the last round of previews, dude. Like I think it has the potential to be one of the highest scoring games this year. So look out for that. And of course, I've just always been a big fan of the series. So can't wait for that. And of course, rounding out the month, I want to find time for Outer Worlds 2. When it comes out at the end of the month on the 29th. Like, I also know with that game, the nice thing will be, it's also not going to be a long game, probably. It's going to be, like, if you play through the campaign, it'll be pretty short. Obviously, I'll do some side stuff as well. But, like, for the most part, like, that's the type of game where I feel like I'm pretty comfortably able to play it for, like, a week and a half, and be fine with it. Especially, too, because there's not, like, a ton of November that I'm super excited about. But then, we've got, Terminator 2D No Fate, which comes out at the end of October. That's the only other game that probably fits into October for me. Some of these other games releasing in October, I'll talk about in November, but I think those are the two that kind of fit in there. Because Terminator 2D No Fate looks like it's going to be like a 2-hour game, and it's going to be super fun. So
Nice. Yeah. Super cool.
Yeah. What about you? What's your October look like, Garrett? What do you think?
I mean, I mentioned before about my front log, so I'm trying to fill in the gaps there. But let me give you a feel of like this lineup of games that we have in October. Pokemon Legends ZA.
Yeah.
You know my feelings about this.
I do.
It's a wait and see. And also I only have a Switch 1, and I don't really want to play that game on the stinky Switch. It's gonna be very stinky.
No, that's a game where it's like
be rough.
You just wait till you get Switch 2 to play that game.
Exactly.
100%. Like don't play that on Switch 1.
Exactly. So I'm gonna wait out on that. And of course, play Xenoblade Chronicles X or whatever on my Switch instead. I'm curious about Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
Yeah, that's an interesting one, Garrett.
It looked like the latest trailer looked okay. I'm like, okay, you got something going on here. Let's see how the reviews are, and go from there. Still a wait and see approach, but Yeah, that's interesting. And then you have here Persona 3 Reload on Switch 2.
Yep.
October 23rd. That's interesting. That it's kind of a random drop.
Like in the middle of October, no less. Like
Middle of
that's
October.
But like that's a game like I really see myself probably double dipping for at some point. But it'll be like when it's on sale, like not in October.
Yeah, definitely. And then I said I'm prepping for Outer Worlds 1 or Outer Worlds 2 with Outer Worlds 1, so I may do some of that stuff in October as well. But with you with Ninja Gaiden 4, dropping everything, that's me with Outer Worlds 2. I'm gonna drop everything and just beeline for Outer Worlds 2 and play that game. That'll probably be my remainder of the year.
That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, Outer Worlds 2, I think that's going to be a pretty special game. So, I figured that was the type of game that's like, you probably don't need much else beyond that. But just to round things out here as well, that like this, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD2D remake, as much as I want to play that game, that's another game that for me probably waits till next year. I loved 3, but I think like why I liked 3 so much, or one of the reasons that can contribute to it, was I played it in January where I didn't have anything else going on. I was able to just spend all my time playing that game and really, really get into it. Because that's the type of game where like you can't put it down and play other stuff. You kind of have to just sit down and play it. And with all the other stuff coming out this fall, I think I kind of have to just wait until next year for that one. But and then Tales of Xillia Remastered kind of fits in the same boat where I kind of just as much as I love Tales of Xillia, it probably also just waits till next year when it's on sale. I'll just pick it up then and play it whenever.
Sounds good.
But let's move into November to start things off in November, Garrett. Of course, cleaning up still Outer Worlds 2 because it comes out obviously at the end of October. But when Outer Worlds 2 is finished, the game I'm moving on to from there is Mina the Hollower, which comes out at the end of October.
Oh my goodness, yes.
I love Shovel Knight, and I love the demo for Mina Hollower. So that one is definitely like, I'm definitely playing it at the beginning of November, especially because that's around like when we're starting to prep for the Game of the Year stuff. That's one of the games I want to make sure I get to, and also a game that I'm just really, really excited to play anyways. So that one's there. And then after Me the Hollower, which I know, again, it will not be too long of a game. A game that I'm also expecting to be fairly short is Unbeatable, Garrett. This comes out on November 6th. This is like a rhythm adventure game. That's almost like a coming of age story of these, teens. But it also is mixed with like rhythm action. And I love rhythm games. So this looks like a really cool indie game that I'm actually pretty excited to play. And then to kind of follow things up from there, we really don't have any other releases in November that I'm like super excited about. Demon School is one that maybe I fit in here somewhere because that game looks pretty cool. But November is also the time where it's time to do Game of the Year cleanup. So if I missed, Ghost of Yotei or Expedition 33, like if I didn't get to them in September, like I talked about, this is where they kind of slot in, is during this slot here. I also, during this time, want to make sure that I find time to play Garrett's backlog adventure game, the next one that's coming up, because I want to replay it and then talk about it with you.
Okay.
So I'm going to replay it again and so we can talk about it. Maybe that's what I even play on stream, Garrett. But also, spoiler warning for that game, it plays in about the 8 to 10 hour range. Like it's fairly short.
Yeah.
So
there's
lots of time to fit it in here. So
nice.
That's kind of what November looks like. Otherwise, honestly, maybe this is where if I've done everything else somehow, maybe this is where I fit in like Indiana Jones to kind of fit into this slot to kind of finish out November. But that's kind of what I'm looking at this November. But Garrett, how about you? What are you planning for November?
Dude, I completely forgot about Mina the Hollower. And then as you said, I'm like, oh man.
It comes out like 2 days after Outer Worlds 2. Like it's ridiculous.
I'm playing that on Steam Deck. No joke. That is my Steam Deck game. It looks so good.
Yeah.
Gosh, I love Shovel Knight too a lot. So definitely Mina the Hollower. And then Outer Worlds 2, cleaning that up. I'm curious how long that game is, Because Outer Worlds 1 was not terribly long. It was like 20-ish hours.
Yeah, they said said in interviews it'll be about the same length.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. I mean, that's actually pretty good. It's pretty digestible. So I have freedom to do other front log stuff that I mentioned before. Probably just chomping away at Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Yeah, I think actually this is probably the time, like after you finish Outer Worlds 2, like maybe that's the time for Xenoblade Chronicles X, kind of on your schedule.
Yeah, definitely. And then, just trying to get through Bravely Default as well. I hope to finish Bravely Default before the end of the year. That's my goal. And then I'm curious about Demon School. I played the demo, Ryan.
Yeah, I remember you talking about this. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it's good. I think the gameplay is good. The writing is just kind of okay. So I'm curious how reviewers are going to go through that game. And it's interesting that they delayed it too. I kind of get it. I kind of don't get it, but it is what it is.
But as we kind of talked about though, Garret, like I think this window, I think works better for them because like if you look at the games that came out this week, Garret, like there was so much crap that came out this week. There were so many games that came out this week. And there's a lot of games I think that are going to be buried because of it. Like, like Hell Is Us as an example is one of those games where it reviewed really well, but I think just not a lot of people are going to be picking it up because it came out the same week as Silk Song.
I haven't even heard much of that game.
But I got like an 85 on OpenCritic. Like it looks
crazy.
really cool. Whereas Demon School, I think kind of might have fallen into the same scenario. Whereas as we talked about, like in November, there's not a whole heck of a lot. Actually, I forgot to mention, but Kirby Air Raiders. I'm excited to play in November as well. And that's like the only other game we know of in November.
We got Call of Duty as well.
There's that too.
Battlefield 6 is in October.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, okay. No, it's not a bad time for RPGs. To indie RPG to fall in line in November. I see you mentioned Atelier Rez's Secret Trilogy Deluxe Pack. Man, they love to do that. They love to do the DX versions of these Atelier games.
With no upgrade path, by the way.
No upgrade path. They do this all the time, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Definitely not getting this. Because I have the first and second one, and I'll buy the third one. Actually, it's nice. So this one is like you have the trilogy pack, but they also do individual. You can get them individually.
Like you could only you could just pick up the third one if you wanted to, which is the only one you're missing if you ever wanted to go back to play those games. Like
exactly. So
these are games that are on my radar to play next year when I have time next year. Mm-hmm. So this is very much a wait for sale next year. Pick it up, play it maybe like next summer kind of thing. Because I do want to play these games, but the only one I own right now is the first one.
Mm-hmm. In these DX versions, I don't find them as egregious as the Persona Shin Megami Tensei remakes, where they literally add a whole part of the game. Yeah. In there, this one's like kind of like, oh, here's some add-on stuff. It's
more along the lines of the only version of these games, Garret, that I own is the first one on Switch 1. So it's more about, hey, the graphical upgrades are going to make these games look a lot better than than the Switch 1 version I have now. So
yeah, so I mean, definitely November 1st, like first half of November for sure. Outer Worlds 2, and the Hollower. That's basically going to be my schedule.
Now, I will also mention as well, not a role-playing game, but Metroid Prime 4 is currently awaiting a release date at the time of this recording.
True.
However, by the time this goes up, it sounds like there's going to be a Nintendo Direct next week, Garret, by the time this goes up on free feeds. So if we've heard that obviously the release date, please don't come for me in the comments. Like, I know you might. But that's another game like Ninja Gaiden 4 that whenever it drops, I'm dropping everything to play it, and I think like November is the time that game's coming out. So
I think so too.
Like maybe at the beginning of November or like even after Kirby Air Riders. So that's the other thing that kind of throws my planning to spigot, or why I made sure there's some breathing room, Garret, to like fit that in there if it just suddenly comes out of nowhere. So there you go. But
sounds good.
Let's move on to the final month, Garret, December. Where there really are barely any releases at all that we know about. It's really just Octopath Traveler 0 and then Romancing Saga Minstrel Song remastered international version, which I'm obviously not going to play. But Octopath Traveler 0, I don't know if I'm playing this one right away. I think it's really just going to depend on like what games we really need to clean up for the GUI talk, because of course we'll have the GUIs, our annual GUI episode in December. But I kind of want to play Assassin's Creed Shadows, so maybe if there's time, that's where this goes. But other than that, I think I don't really have anything specific planned for this month. I know for sure that Octopath Traveler 0, it's probably just waiting until next year, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not, super excited for that. It looks different enough where it's gonna be pretty unique compared to the other two games, and of course it's like kind of inspired by the mobile game. I'm curious how people will review that one.
Yeah,
I don't think it certainly won't be as high as 2.
I think it's going to be like mid 7s.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
So it's a wait for sale. So December, fully open, as you said. Plenty of time for the games I mentioned in my front log. So
yeah,
that will definitely be in the forefront of my mind.
Yeah, I mean, you'll also at this point have Garrett's backlog adventure game number 3. The one after the next one that I'm giving.
See if I can wrap that up before the end of the year.
I think you will. You will definitely have the next game wrapped up by this time. So you will be on to the third one at this point. So
sounds good.
But that is our gaming roadmaps. That is what we're looking at this point. Again, like anything, there it's really just there's a lot of good stuff coming out this year, Garrett, and I'm so excited. And even something like Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, like if that reviews really well, like maybe that's a game I throw into December. But I think it's going to be a pretty good fall for games, Garrett. Even though I know there's not a lot of stuff that's on your list that's new. Even just getting to replay a lot of this stuff, Garrett, like that's new to you, and it's all going to be fun.
Yeah, no, it's funny how many games we have, and like, trying to get back into the stuff I already bought. It's just like, this is all brand new stuff.
Yeah,
to me.
Exactly.
So those are going to be my new games. I think The Other Worlds 2 is just like my one big release that's coming out this, but I hope it doesn't disappoint me like I vowed it.
Yeah,
it could.
It really could. But I don't get that vibe. But
man,
we'll
the
see.
previews look so good, man. And it's so Outer Worlds. Like they really leaned into it. So yeah.
Whereas for me, as I talked about, I have like 3 huge tentpole games. Silent Hill F, Ninja Gaiden, Metroid Prime 4. Like those are the games for sure that are like drop everything games essentially for me. So I think it's gonna be pretty good. But let's hear from the NPCs, Garrett, the non-podcast characters. Of course, reminder, especially because I wanted to shout out that last week, by the way, that we had gotten a YouTube comment or a YouTube question. For those that don't know, if you'd like to ask a question on the show, there's a very easy way to do that. If you join the Carpool Gaming Discord, which again, is free to join, links in the description of this podcast, go to the RPG Cave section on Fridays. I post a question post. And then you just ask your question there. Or honestly, if you just tag us anytime throughout the week on the Discord and say, hey, Garrett and Ryan, I've got a question for next week's show, we'll add it to the show's doc and talk about it that way. So
definitely,
I wanted to throw that out there because we don't often always mention how to get a question on the show. So just wanted to mention that way. So
cool.
First off, we've got a question from Final Fantasy 80's Life, Final Fantasy 80's Love, with a question saying, where on your roadmaps is the ultimate RPG location? That is, of course, Final Fantasy 8. Is it towards the start of your journey? Maybe a rest stop somewhere. It could even be the final destination of your trip.
Oh.
That is the correct response, Garrett.
I don't know. Why don't you ask me once I beat Bravely Default on my commute?
There's just too many games. We're good.
Too many games.
We don't need to play Final Fantasy 8. But
no.
Moving on to Jay Hetfield 0816, who says, "Hi guys. I always enjoy the shows each week. You both do a great job. My question is, what does it ultimately take for you to drop a role-playing game during a playthrough? pointless quests, bad music, boring story, etc.? Or are there a certain number of playtime hours after which you've put time into that you finish it anyways, even though you hate it? As of my roadmap for the rest of the year, I've got Trails in the Sky first chapter, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and I've got Xenobabe Chronicles X, Mario and Luigi Brothership, and Star Ocean: The Second Story R. So I'll probably also fit one of those 3 in before year's end. Those are some good ones. Also, I love Yarden's comments
on the trash can.
This one, oh my god. But anyways, like those are some good games. Jay Hetfield. I keep trying to call you James Hetfield because I think of the only Jay Hetfield I think of course, is the lead singer of Metallica. So I'm sorry, you've probably heard that before. But like I think that's a good list of games. As far as what it takes for me to drop an RPG, it really just comes down to feel. If I'm just not feeling a game, like if it's just I'm not if one, sometimes I can be very like it depend on mood. Like if I'm not in a mood for a certain type of game and I start playing it, I'll put it down. Because I don't want to force myself to play something I'm not really feeling. Like I'm feeling like I want to play. Yeah. But also I think it's just like really grindy elements are a pet peeve of mine. Like if a game is like super grindy, like that's a game like that has a recipe for me to put it down. Or if it feels like it's just too bloated for no reason. Like a game like Witcher 3 actually comes to an example. I know, Garret, I know what you're going to say. It's not too bloated for no reason, but you have to understand from my perspective looking at that game.
Ryan, it's bloated. It's
too bloated for me. It just is. I got 50 hours into it. I was just like, I'm good. I don't need to play anything else with this game because it's given me enough already.
No, I totally understand. I understand it's a hard game to sift through. I think I only really played through it just because I had a kind of a groove with it. Like, I want to get every chest. I want to get every question mark, and I will listen to podcasts and I'll watch shows as I search all the treasure chests or whatever. No, that game's bloated. I agree with that. So, at least for me, I think it boils down to at a certain point in the game where I ask myself, like, as you said, am I having fun? It's also like, am I doing it? Does it feel like work?
Yeah.
Like
100%.
Okay, I'm getting back in this game. I need to do this, and that, and then I'll finally finish it. Does it feel like I'm having fun as I'm going through it, or does it feel like I'm just going through it because I want to say I went through it? And then kind of big notices for me, of course, is the Persona 3 episode Aegis. I did a extremely long stretches of that DLC, and I just had to admit it's like I'm not having fun with this. It doesn't change anything from Persona 3. It just strips down the actually decorative good stuff about Persona 3. So I just didn't really want to play that right then and there, so dropped it. I think another one that comes to mind, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna Country, the DLC. I got to the point of that DLC where, okay, you're required to do a side quest, which requires a material, which requires and it's like this 7 long chain of what you need to do in order to progress. I'm like, that's not fun. I don't want to do this anymore. So I dropped it. If it just feels like work, I'm more or less gonna drop it.
I understand that feeling as well. Like that. I mean, honestly, I think that's kind of how I felt at the end of Unicorn Overlord, where I was just like, I just wanted the game to be over, but it's not over yet, and I just want it to be over. So I kind of put it down. I have no qualms. Like, to your point, Jay Hatfield, I know you mentioned here, like, how far through a game do you feel like you have to just finish it? And honestly, I have no qualms about putting a game down at the end of the game if I'm not feeling it, or if it just feels like work. Like, if it comes down to it, because if I'm not having fun, like, sure, I could get the ending, but if I sit for another couple hours, but like, by the sounds of it, I'm not going to enjoy those couple hours. So why would I bother? But I'd rather just go do something else that I'm having more fun with.
Yarden says I can play Kingdom Come Deliverance too, and you know you're not wrong, Yarden. I actually would like to play the first one because I have that game.
That's true.
I'm curious. I'm very so Yarden. Just ping me, just every now and then. It's like, hey, play Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Just poke.
Just poke.
Eric.
And it's like, oh, okay, I'll try it out.
Nice.
See how it goes.
Well, next up we got Fulia, who says, "Hello, cave dwellers. The koala here. I just wrapped up the main story of Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, and it was nice, short, and fun. I only learnt this past week that it's actually an anime series that I am now curious to check out. Although, Fulia, I'm going to correct you here. Mm-hmm. There is an anime based off Grand Blue Fantasy the series, but it's not based off an anime.
Right.
It's actually based off a mobile game that got turned into an anime that then got turned into a console game. Just throwing it out there. In fact, actually, there's multiple Grand Blue Fantasy console games. They're just all fighting games outside of Relink. So that all came before it as well. So just throwing it out there. Anyways, continuing. What other RPGs have you played that are based on anime shows, and have you watched them? So that's the thing. As I think I talked about this in the licensed game episode that I did by myself, Garret. Mm-hmm. But we really don't have that many role-playing games that are actually based off anime. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a couple. You've got stuff like Fairy Tail, which I've talked about on the show before. One Piece Odyssey. Mm-hmm. You've got, the two Naruto games that Ubisoft did on Xbox 360. So Naruto Rise of the Ninja and then The Broken Bond. Mm-hmm.
You got
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is one.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z. There's a few of them, like Kakarot, and there's some other card-based stuff or whatever.
But for the most part, we really don't get that many anime role-playing games. Most of the anime video games we do get are, the arena fighting games. So, the My Hero Academia one, there's a solo leveling one that's coming out soon. Mm-hmm. The One Punch Man one, they're all we get a lot of anime video games, but they're usually fighting games. So, or just character action games. You get those two.
Oh, the big one that we kind of left off this side, Digimon.
Yeah. Digimon is one.
It's pretty big. It's probably the biggest, RPG lineup based on anime. I would argue. Yeah.
So that's the thing. I wish there were more anime role playing games, whether they were turn based or action RPGs. One that I really wanted for a long time, because this was a series that got a game on the Super Nintendo that was a role playing game, was Sailor Moon. I would love for them to do a modern day Sailor Moon, Expedition style 33 style role playing game. I think that would be so cool, where you play as the Sailor Scouts. They have all their different powers, and it would be really awesome. There's a lot of anime that I would love to see kind of get turned into games. There's also a few on the PlayStation 2. You've got the Inuyasha role playing game, and some other ones. But yeah, I just want to see more of that. So there isn't really. That's the thing. I just don't really have any that I haven't talked about on the show before, which, again, my favorite one's still probably Fairy Tail or the Naruto, The Broken Bond. I think those are my two top ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then the next Digimon is Digimon Story Time Stranger, coming out October 3rd. I know people are really into those games. But as you said, there's not much RPGs based on anime. And I can't think of any other ones off the top of my head. Yeah, other than what you said. Yeah,
the only other ones would be mobile RPGs, and I just don't have enough knowledge about that space to comment on those. But next up, we got Kiku, who says, "I won't be watching live for once since I'm currently on another camping trip. I recently brought my PlayStation Vita out of retirement, and I'm snuggled in my tent playing Steins Gate Zero out here at 3 a.m. I'm not sure my roadmap for the rest of the year looks like, but I'm hoping to get through Triangle Strategy, Oda Mask of Truth, Nurse Love Syndrome, and of course the Final Fantasy Tactics Remastered. Hunting season starts next month, though. So that's going to cut into my gaming time. What JRPG would you say is perfect for playing on a camping trip? That's an interesting one. I think a good turn-based role-playing game. It's
Oh,
probably
yeah.
when you plan a camping trip.
Yeah.
So like something like Chrono Trigger, I feel like is a good like camping trip game. Or even like a PS1 role playing game like Chrono Cross or Final Fantasy VII or something like that.
Oh, I'm definitely playing Pokemon.
Yeah,
That'll probably be my number one thing. I think that's my number one like lineup of like small travel games. Like if I'm doing camping or am I doing road trips or whatever, it's like I'm definitely gonna have my little Game Boy SP clamshell with my Game Boy Advance
yeah,
Pokemon game right in there. So yeah,
that makes
that's
sense.
what I that and it's nostalgic for me too because
Yeah,
that's just what I played so much of. Um, yeah, I like this camping trip because it just keeps me on like, okay, I can't really bring anything big. I can't even bring, I would say, a Switch 1 is arguable,
yeah,
for a camping trip. So you need something like a Vita, even like a phone game
yeah.
as well, like would be usable or entertain you
Yeah.
during
Like
that
my
time.
camping trip thing that the go to would be Switch Lite for some visual novels, honestly.
Yeah,
Like kind of like
that's a
what
good
Kiku
one.
described here, but with her Vita. But like, yeah, like playing like Fate Stay Night Remastered, which is a visual novel, like playing something like that, or Danganronpa. Like those are the type of games I actually would probably play on a camping trip.
Spooky.
Actually, yeah, exactly. All right, final question comes to us from Ryu, who says, kind of going along with the idea of a map, what is your favorite area/zone in a role-playing game? A couple of my favorites would be Crossbell City from the Trail series and the Shadow Lord's Castle in Nier. My gaming room map for the rest of the year is sure to include Silent Hill F and Trails in the Sky first chapter. I'd also like to go back to Xenoblade Chronicles X, and of course, finally start either 100 Defense Line or 100 Line Defense or Fate Stay Night Remastered. So there you go. Fate Stay Night Remastered, by the way, Kurt, is a 65-hour visual novel. So
Oh my gosh,
it takes a little while to get
I
through.
can't even imagine.
Dude,
So
it
much
is
reading.
huge. It is such a long game.
And I heard 100 line defense is like freaking huge as well.
Yeah,
Like
it's a long game. It also has a lot of reading.
yeah, it's like I easily over 100 hours. If you want to go through all of it.
Yeah.
Oof, sounds rough.
Yeah, like those are some long games you got there, Ryu. But as far as like favorite RPG zone, like that's one I'd really have to think about because yeah, just it's I didn't see this question until we kind of get to the questions period, so I didn't really have time to think about this one.
Yeah, it's all good.
Do you have a one for this one, Garrett?
I always like, I don't know why, I just like the snowy type cities and levels. That's just, I don't know, it gets a little bit more cozy as
No,
and
I agree with you. I actually like a
yeah,
lot of the snow areas. Yeah,
yeah, like I think of Octopath Traveler too. There's definitely, I actually chose my first character. I forgot his name. It's the wizard. He's based off of like the northern snowy areas. I like I Am Setsuna, very heavily based on snow. It was pretty nice to go through that area. Every time I go through, I think it was Pokemon. I think the fourth, like not black and white, Pearl and Diamond. That's the first time I realized really again to the snowy areas, seeing the little snowfalls falling into place was super cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's cozy.
yeah. No, I agree with you.
Days.
I love a lot of snow zones, and there's probably way too many to mention. So the other direction I'll go is actually a game that I love stylistically is Chrono Cross on the PlayStation 1. And one of the reasons why is because it's like it got this like the entire game is on a bunch of different islands, and each island is like very like beach setting. Like I kind of like the beach setting in a lot of role playing games, and that's one in particular that I always think about. Where it's like that, or it's got like these really cool like coral and stuff like that. Like you're going around these beach areas, and I always like that as well. So yeah, like I think Chrono Cross is one that I like. As far as another game that has a specific zone, actually is Eversong Woods in World of Warcraft, which is the leveling zone for the Blood Elves. I always have like super nostalgic chills going through that zone. And I always like sometimes we'll start a character and just level them specifically there. Now you can kind of level anywhere in that game, specifically because I love that area so much. So it's this like almost like this very like fantasy, colorful forest is kind of what it reminds me of. But it's also just very nostalgic to me from playing like Warcraft 3, the strategy game, because you go there in that game as well. So that's kind of why I have like an affinity for that area. But I think that that's going to do it. I just don't have any like specific areas off the top of my head, but I love the question. Thank you so much. And by the way, thank you to everyone who wrote in questions this week. All of y'all are
Thank you so
amazing.
much.
But anyways, Garrett, I think that's going to do it for this week's episode of the RPG Cave. But before we go, of course, we got to say thank you to all of our patrons. We're at patreon.com/carpoolgaming, starting with our ultimate producers, Brennan Myers, aka the Winter Gamer, Jonathan Brown, the man behind the music on the Xbox Drive. You can find his link tree over at his linktr.ee/pme.gib. Of course, make sure to check out all of his music over at Purple Monkey Entertainment, or just search PME on your audio service of choice. Technical Michael, who also says, whether you're Kevesi or Agnian, you're a Xenobabe at heart. Links to all of our ultimate producers can always be found in the description of our podcast. Our platinum producers, Benny, Smoke and Joe, The Captain, and Tim Paullin, and our gold members, Adam K, Anna, Awesome Dave 1337, Brad Moore, Brian Reese, Cecily Carrozza, Dan and Luma, Dannohh, Emma Kelly, John 32, Laura, Ligerwoods 330, Mr. Giggles, OldMrFrump, Peje, and Stephen Keller. Huge thank you once again to all of our patrons. We're at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. If you want to hop in the car with us, head over there, choose the tier that's right for you. And now, Garrett, plugs go.
You can follow me at Blue Sky at Blind Explosion. You can also find me on Backlogged. Whenever I log into those games, I'll let you know. I'll definitely put in my update with Cyberpunk once I'm done. But I think we're getting close, Ryan, to discussing that. We're getting there.
It'll be whenever you finish it is when we'll be ready to do that. So
sounds good.
So probably in the next couple of weeks, I would imagine.
Yeah, sounds good. And then you can also find me on the Discord. I read every single message. I kind of read them. It's like, okay, that's a message. Let me read it. I do like people updating their story, like their gaming adventures, their stories. You kind of hear enough of me and Ryan in the podcast, so it's great to see the community go in, being pretty active there. So thank you so much.
Also, I gotta say, shout out when Jay Hetfield joined the channel. First of all, wrote an amazing message for us, and I want to say shout out to you for writing that message.
Much.
We both really it touched both of us, but also the fact that Jay Hetfield immediately was met with a million talks about the Trail series, which I know that they like. Yeah. I love to see stuff like that in the Discord, even though I'm not into those games. I'm happy that people enjoy that and have fun conversations about them. Also, we've talked a lot about Magic the Gathering in the Discord as well, like the RPG Cave section. I think we might split that off to kind of make its own section in the Discord, because it's turning into a big thing here, and I think we're going to try and organize community game nights here at Carpool, playing Magic the Gathering.
So community game nights, are you going to try online? Is that what you're going to do?
So online, there's a web application called Spell Table, Garrett, where anyone, you can set up a room where 4 people can join. You point your camera at your physical cards on your desk, and you play that way, as if we were in person.
Interesting. Okay.
Because on the problem is, if you play on something like Magic Arena, which is the online client, you can only really have one-on-ones. Whereas we want to play 4-player and have a casual Commander game. Plus we could play with the Fallout cards and other Commander products, which you can't really do online. So I think that's gonna be a lot of fun.
That would be really cool. Yeah, Avatarless Airbender coming out. I'm weak in the knees. Those look so good.
Well, dude, people who are really into Spider-Man are freaking out with this Spider-Man set that's coming out in 2 weeks as well. So. There's some good stuff in Magic the Gathering. So
for sure.
I'm excited. But as for me, you can always find me in the Discord at Ryan Turford, also on backlog.com and Letterboxd, also at the same name, and also on Blue Sky as well. Sometimes I reply to people's tweets there, and that's about it. But anyways, Garrett, for Garrett Bland, I'm Ryan Turford. This has been the RPG Cave, level 197, only 3 more levels until 200, and we're out.
Bye-bye.